Hello and welcome to today's Issues and Insights. I'm Sarah Vaughn from the City of Etown and your host today. And I'm really excited about team members of mine that are here to talk to you all about programs, Parks and Rec Department with the City of Etown, and all the things happening at our local parks and facilities. So welcome Seth Breitner, who's the Director of Parks and Rec, and Adam Case, who is our fairly new programs. What's your official title?
Programs coordinator for Parks and Rec, and then also the water park manager.
Okay, does that all fit on a business card, or is
yes,
it does?
You have to squeeze it in there, but it does.
I'm impressed. Okay, well, welcome guys, and you all are definitely no strangers to me. We get to work together quite a bit. Yeah. So I'm excited to talk about a huge portion of our city of Elizabethtown. I don't think that folks realize the work it takes to keep our parks beautiful, to keep our parks running and operating. And I don't even realize, because I'm not all up in the middle of that. So I'm excited to let folks know about that. And something very important, it takes a lot of staff. Yes. And so we are walking into our hiring season of what we call our seasonal staff. So Seth, talk a little bit about the positions you have open, what you're looking for, what you're needing, who can qualify, how, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So just first and foremost, I'll give a little overview of the parks. That'll kind of help people understand what we do. So when you think of the parks in Elizabethtown, you think of Freeman Lake, probably first and foremost. It's our largest park. But we also have all the sports and ballparks that come with that, with soccer and baseball. Yes. We have the community center. We have the water park and the American Legion Par 3 golf course and everything that happens over there. And then we also have small little neighborhood parks and different things that we take care of as well. So when you think about the positions that it takes to operate 700 acres of parkland, there's a lot of positions, and that can range anything from lifeguards at the pool to mowers and weed eaters and different things, different positions on the maintenance side of that, taking care of ball fields and dragging fields, lining fields, doing different things along that nature. So we have about 20 full-time staff. But it is our seasonal staff that's the backbone that helps us do what we do when we get busy. Yes. And our season is typically April 1 through about the end of October. So during that time frame, we will probably hire about 60 to 80 seasonal staff. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So if folks are applying, first question, what's the starting pay for a seasonal?
So the starting pay is $14.02, very, very competitive with anything that is in Etown. So I think that we have been fortunate in the last year since we have gone to that pay structure to attract some very good candidates. So it's $14.02. If you're a returner, there's a little bit of a bump from that. Great. But again, that is for the positions across the board. Now, if you get into positions like a summer camp manager and different things, there's a little bit of an increase because of the responsibility that comes with that. But that's basically what you're looking at.
So they can even plan on returning. Yes. Especially if they're a good employee, right?
Absolutely. We love
returners.
Exactly. Yes, we do.
So what types, is there prior experience required for any of the positions open?
Experience helps, but what I always tell everybody, if you show up for work and have a good attitude, then we can train anything else that's there. And that's one of the things that people need to know. I mean, you don't have to come in knowing how to do everything, but attitude and just punctuality make a huge difference. And we're fortunate that we have really good managers and really good full-time employees within our parks, and we're more than happy to show you and train you on how to do certain jobs, because at the end of the day, there's certain expectations, and we wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't show those people or train them on how to do that. So you come in with a great attitude, show up for work, we're going to try to take care of the rest for you.
Fantastic. So are the applications open right now?
Yes, and there's a couple of different ways that you can go about doing that. You can come to Pritchard, you can come to Human Resources at City Hall and get an application, fill that out, or you can go to the City of Etown's website and download an application under the HR section. And there's actually a spot where you can fill that in and just submit that back online like that.
We've stepped it up. I didn't know that we were doing that online now. So I was hoping you were going to give an online option. So good. Way to go, City of Etown. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. So can people apply and just say, hey, I just want to mow? I don't want to do anything else. Like what? Because I know that I've seen staff that I just sign up to mow. Like I don't want to have to deal with anything else. You know, is that something that you allow? Because I'd say that's pretty hard to do.
It's kind of hard to do in what we do every day, but there can be, you know, primarily that's your type of job and what you do. But the running joke, and it's always with Parks and Recreation or any job in the city, other duties as assigned.
Right.
So when people sign up for our department, one of the things that they need to realize is we're a 7-day-a-week operation. And during the summer, some of those days are fairly long. I mean, we could be starting at 6 in the morning, and by the time we close offices or gates at Freeman Lake, it may be 9, 10 o'clock at night. Now, no, we're not going to ask you to work a 6 a.m. to a 10 p.m. shift.
Right.
But just understanding that our shifts cover that time frame as well as the weekends is important. Because sometimes within the city, we're all a huge team and we all help each other out. So whether it's various events that take place downtown or other things in other departments, there may be times that you're called to help out with those. So just understanding that the schedule, you need to be flexible.
Exactly.
Weekends, nights, evenings, and things like that, there is an expectation there. One of the things that we always joke about, we work when other people play. And that's our jobs. That's what we do. And we're supposed to provide that quality of life for people. So understanding that going in will definitely get your mind set on what types of shifts and things you might be required to work.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What's the age that folks can start?
So you can start out at 15. However, there's a lot of limitations at that age.
Right.
And a lot of those come just from federal guidelines and different things that we have to abide by. But the other thing that there may be limitations on are operating certain pieces of equipment. Right. So while we do hire at that age, and a lot of those people will end up in a lifeguard position or working a front desk or things like that to take in registrations and stuff. If you are that 17 to 18, can drive, can have your own transportation to get to work, that's a huge benefit and help for us. Plus, we can train you on various pieces of equipment and stuff.
Perfect. And once you hit 18, a lot of those labor laws change as well,
Exactly.
correct?
Yes.
Most definitely. Well, I know just being out there setting up for events, I mean, you see what we call green shirts. You see all the seasonal folks out there doing everything from changing out the trash cans to weed eating to all kinds of things.
Yes.
So I think, and if you like to be outside,
yes, this is the perfect job for you.
this is the perfect job.
And a lot of times in the past, we've heard from people that maybe it didn't pay quite as much as like a factory job or something along those that nature. But just the fact that they can be outside and they're not always doing the exact same thing every day, I think is a big appeal for a lot of people.
Most definitely.
Yes.
Groundwork, I can only imagine how many hours we have on our mowers and our weed eaters.
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes you'll see, and we have an entire fleet across the city in our department, but when you start to see 3,000, 4,000 hours on pieces of equipment that are ready to be changed over, it's just like, we mow a lot of grass.
We mow a lot. We got a lot of grass in Etown, which is awesome.
Yes.
Well, is there any other positions that Parks and Rec has open, or anything else you want to push on the HR side of things?
Well, as far as the seasonal, that's what we have. On the full-time positions, we have we're very fortunate that at this moment we're fully staffed on those. But one thing I will say is our full-time positions, a lot of those hires have come from our seasonal employees. That's awesome. If you're looking to get your foot in the door with the city, and you have a great attitude, show up for work again, and all of those good things, and then you've had some experience, there's a good possibility that down the road you could, fall into one of those full-time positions.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I know, weren't you a green shirt, Adam, for a little while, and you've went to college, and now you're full-time. So a prime example.
I'm a good example of that. Say I started seasonally back in the city with the sports park back then in 2017. And then just kind of coasted through high school, college, working seasonally for the city, and then we're going on 2 years this year, and I was hired on full-time at Freeman Lake, and then this position opened up with the programs coordinator, and I moved into that role last, July.
Yes. like most organizations, we like to hire within.
Yes.
We like to hire people that we know, people that are going to do a great job, and you're right, it is, and it's hard to get into the door a lot of places. The city's no different of that, and that's because we like to hire our own. So, great way to get in. And who doesn't want to be a lifeguard whenever you're 17, 18 years old? You know, how much fun is that?
Exactly.
So give them a call. So the website once again and the locations.
So the locations would be Pritchard Community Center or to City Hall, and just come to the Human Resources office. And then the website is just cityofetown.org. And then if they go under the HR tab, because there's a department guide, just go under the HR tab, look for employment, click on that. It'll have a link to get to what they need.
To do it all online,
Exactly.
which is what your target demographic is
That's
going.
right.
Most of your target demographic is going to need, for sure. Awesome. Well, let's transition a little bit into the other fun things that Parks and Rec does, which are the programs, which is a fairly new avenue for Parks and Rec, I guess, as far as coming back. It used to be a thing, and then it went away, and here we are. So talk to us a little bit about the programs of what's going to be coming up soon, what you're looking for, all that good stuff.
All right, so I'm just going to open it up with our 1,000 Mile Club. That started back in January. It starts at the first of the year, and the goal of the 1,000 Mile Club is to promote community activity, wellness, recreation, things like that, and get you out and moving in our parks and the town. So registration for that is still open. It doesn't close until March 1st. You still got plenty of time. We still have plenty of spots available for anyone that would want to join. And then the cool thing about that is as you move throughout, there's benchmark prizes. So I'm thinking we got a 250 benchmark, we got a 500, 750, 1,000 mile, and then you get prizes for walking pretty much. So it's a really cool program we got going on for anyone that'd be interested in that.
Fantastic.
And then, you know, they say, what am I thinking of here? You get a free T-shirt for joining. So, you know, everybody
Even
loves
better.
a free T-shirt.
Everybody loves a free T-shirt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you don't have to do anything for that but sign up. And then moving on, so coming up this month for our OSNAP program, we have movie night at the State Theater. That is on the 21st. Doors will open at 6 o'clock for that, and then the movie will start as long as we have everybody there. We're going to try and start at about 6:45. Concessions will be available, all that fun stuff. We'll have a good time.
Fantastic. Is there any RSVP or anything necessary for that?
Yes, so for all of our programs to stay up to date on that, people want to visit our website, like Seth said, elizabethtowny.org, navigate in that Departments and Services page to Parks and Rec, and then I have my own little spot. It'll say upcoming programs and events, and then you can click on that, and that'll tell you if you need to register, RSVP, where to go to do that, and it'll take care of you there.
Okay, fantastic. So, and then quickly right after that, when will you open the big summer camp? Man, has that been successful?
Yes, it has.
I've been a city employee for almost 11 years, and I have not been able to get my children in that because it's so successful, and it's a good problem to have. So tell us, because people are already asking you, I'm sure,
Yes.
when is your registration open? I'm going to stay up till midnight, and I'm going to log in.
Yep, so this year with summer camp, we will open up registration the week after Hardin County Schools and Etown Independent comes back from spring break. So I believe that is April 17th on a Monday.
Okay.
And that'll open up. And then make sure if you are interested in joining that you get there quick, because like you said, it fills up quick.
Is there a time the website's open, or is it just midnight before? Or?
Midnight before.
So April 17th. 12:01 a.m.
Yep.
That's
You better
right.
be logging in. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, and for that program, there's going to be 6 weeks, and we are going to bump up the number of slots this year. So there's going to be a total of 35 to 40 registration slots, but still people need to jump on that.
So do you all have a price set and everything ready to go for the details?
We do. It's $115
Okay.
for that entire week. And one of the, I'm sorry, Adam, I'm
Oh,
kind
no,
of
you're
jumping
good.
in there. One of the things that people will really like about this program. So Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 basically. Friday, we go to a half day. We also provide lunch and snacks. So for $115,
Nice.
can't beat that deal.
That's what it costs to go out for one meal
Exactly.
these days. Don't even talk about groceries. So that's great.
Yep.
Awesome. So give us some ideas on what's going to happen at summer camp.
So this year we're going to theme the weeks. And then each week will be, like I said, each week will be its own theme. Some of the weeks I already have planned out, ready to go. We'll do like Community Heroes Week. It'll be all about law enforcement, fire, EMS.
Nice.
And kids will get to kind of see the behind the scenes of that. We'll have guest speakers and site visits. Another week we're doing is Parks and Rec week, so it'll be all about Parks and Rec, and I have it lined up where they can learn about like water safety and boats and how to wear a life jacket properly. Another thing we're going to do that week is we'll have somebody from Bull Moose Bikes. They're going to come out and they're going to do a bike lesson with the kids, and they'll get a chance to get on a bike and do a course and make sure they're being safe on the road or on the trail wherever they're riding their bike.
Fantastic. And don't they also get a trip to the water park at some point?
Yes, it includes many trips to the water parks, trips to Freeman Lake.
I like it.
We'll be at Funtopia for sure, because that's always a big one. The water park and Funtopia, that's what the kids say they want.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And
yeah.
one of the things the city council, the city was very fortunate to allow us to purchase a couple of smaller buses for transportation, and that's opened up some awesome possibilities for us.
That's been a game changer.
It really has. We can get to the parks, the water park safely, and maybe even look at expanding that to other areas down the road. So
awesome! I love it.
Yes, my plan with this year with summer camp is each week we'll try and do a site visit or a field trip per se to something related to what we're doing that week, whether it be, like I said, going out to Freeman Lake and learning about water safety, or for example, Community Heroes Week, going to the police station, going to the fire station, and getting to do a tour of that. Right. So we're going to try and do...
Show them a jail. They need to see the jail, right? You need to see the jail.
Right
yes, exactly. Mine are there. We need to... No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
So other than the $115, what else do they have to provide, or the parents have to provide for them? Is there insurance, paperwork, anything? Of course, the fill out applications online, all of that.
So after you apply, you get in, you pay your fee. Usually a week or two out from your start date for that week that you signed up for, I'll send out our parent handbook, and that'll go over everything you can possibly imagine. It'll go over pick up and drop off, allergies, medication, anything we'll be doing that they may need a permission slip for, like a field trip. There'll be a permission slip for that, so it'll go over all the details there. And of course, if people have questions, they can always email or reach out to me too. Sure,
for sure. And go ahead and give your email address and your phone number, just so they can put that on the screen as well.
All right, so my email address is adam.case@elizabethtownky.gov. And then for phone questions, you can just call the community center at 270-765-5551. Ask Natalie to send you over to Adam, and then I'll get you taken care of.
Beautiful. And so April 17th is D-Day, that morning.
That's right.
At 12:01.
That's right.
Get on, and it's so funny because last year we were at baseball fields and travel ball, and half of the moms around are like, "Did you get in? Did you get in?" And I'm like, "Daggone it, I missed it again!" And by the time I jump on there was only one slot left, and I got 2 kids. The ages of the kiddos, by the way.
So this year we're going to do ages 6 to 11. Last year I think we did 6 to 10, so I'm opening it up 6 to 11 to try and give more people an opportunity to get in, because we do have a lot of fun. And I want as many people to get to experience that as possible, which is another reason we went from 30 to 40 spots.
I love it. Yep. Fantastic. Great job. And as a mom in the community, and I know your wife feels the same way, thank you, because the kiddos get tired in the summer doing the same things. And when those of us have to work, it's very helpful that someone else takes our kids and educates them and just takes them to the water park and all of the things. So thank you for that work, because it's hard to find great quality, safe things for your children these days.
That's right.
And affordable.
That's right.
$115 is absolutely fantastic. So that's great.
Yes.
So what other programs do we want to highlight? Because you are doing a ton. I know you and I have talked a lot about team building and different things that we can do together. And so tell us about other things you have in the works or that are confirmed and ready to go. What else you want to share?
Yeah, so real quick, I want to circle back to OSNAP, because I mentioned they have movie night coming up at the State Theater on the 21st. OSNAP is a program for the special needs community in the area. We do something pretty much every month. We'll have a different activity. So the most recent things, like I said, is movie night, and then in March we're going to do bingo night at Pritchard. That's something we did back in 21, and it was a huge success. So I'm bringing it back again this year. We'll play several rounds. We'll have all kinds of cool prizes.
I have the tourney thing.
Yes, we have the tourney thing.
I have the tourney thing. Just let me know when you need it. It's awesome.
All right. So we got that coming up. In April, we're doing a trail scavenger hunt out at the nature park. I try and highlight and go to different parks and facilities that we offer so that they get to see what we have going on. And it's kind of a good way for the parents also to help network with them and maybe get out and everything.
Resources. Yeah, I like that.
So that's really what our OSNAP is about. And then, like I said, just go to our website, elizabethtownky.org, navigate to Parks and Rec for that. All the information's there. I don't think everything for the year's live yet, but that should be coming out probably next week or the week after.
Okay.
And then moving forward, coming up after that, we'll shift gears to April and spring break. Not everything's finalized here yet, but I'm going to shift gears a little bit. In the past, we've done a spring break basketball camp. However, this year I'm going to change it up a little bit, and we're going to do the spring break week of play. That's what I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
So it's not then you have to commit to every day of the week, but the first day I know is already set. We'll be out at Funtopia doing a scavenger hunt. And then, so you can come from 9 to 11 a.m. We'll be out at Funtopia. We'll have a tent set up. We'll have prizes. So if the kids find everything around the playground, they can come back, and then that'll have all of our activities listed for the week. Like I said, I'm still working that out. I know Funtopia is a go, though. And then you can come there for the spring break week to play. Everything that week is completely free, too.
And is that a registration situation, or do they just show up?
It is not. It's just a come and go as you please. It's nothing that you have to commit to.
Wonderful. Okay.
And like I said, it's all free.
So once it's ready to go in the next week or two, they can go to the website, elizabethtownky.org.
Yep.
Good. Fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
You're going to be a great dad one day, Adam. I am so impressed. So impressed.
He will be.
And then, of course, like you mentioned, we have summer camp. And then I want to touch the swim lessons real quick. So that's a program that we offer through the American Legion Water Park that's really, really popular. We've been doing it since, 2016?
2016, yep.
Since we opened up the new facility. This year we'll do 4 weeks again of that. The dates aren't permanent on that yet, so I won't give those out just yet. But the cost for that will be $75 a kid, and that covers your cost for the whole week. We have 2 morning sessions available, and then we have an evening session.
Do you know the ages for that yet?
It's dependent on levels.
Okay.
So there's a kind of, I guess, almost like a 3 or 4 year. Well, you all don't do infant, but do you start about 2 or 3 years old?
Yes. So the bottom level is pre-K, and then we go up from there. That's the youngest. We do ask that they're potty trained.
Okay.
In order to get into the pool, because that helps things.
Yes. Most definitely.
Yes.
So we don't have to shut down the pool.
Yep.
Swim lessons over for the day.
That's right.
But no, we got a great staff there. They're really helpful. They want to see the kids succeed, and we have a really good program that we do with them to make sure that they're safe in the water.
Yeah, I say all 3. I've got 3 boys, but 2 of mine have gone through the program, and that's where they learned to swim, and they had a blast. It's all with trained lifeguards that are teaching them how to do that, and whoever it was that was one-on-one with them, they absolutely to this day talk about how much fun they had. So
love
it's
that.
a great program.
Love that, and that is a life lesson.
Yes.
The earlier the better.
Yes.
So fantastic.
And a good perk of that is you get the pool to yourself, and we
I
let
was
them free play
ask
for a
if
little
it's
bit.
Open. Okay.
Yeah, so you all are the only ones in there. You have the whole place to yourself, kind of. Parents can stay, sit on the pool deck and watch. So it's very open and all that.
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. And that's a registration online. You pay your fee online. You pick
Yes.
the times and dates that you want. So when you sign up, you get it for the whole week for the
Yes,
session that
for
you
the
sign
session
up
that
for.
you sign up for, either those 2 morning or the afternoon.
And then
Okay.
Monday through Friday, and then we have a rain date set up for any weather related.
Sure.
So.
Most definitely. So speaking of the pool, which man, I am excited for that for summer in general. When does the pool open?
So the pool will open Memorial Day weekend, that Saturday. And the pool last year, I will just say it was incredibly busy. It was our busiest season. We had, by daily admissions, about 42 to 43,000 people that came through the pool. That doesn't count all the private rentals that we had, private parties, and different things, swim lessons that were included. It's a very, very busy facility. So people can sign up. They can do a day pass. They can sign up for a season pass.
Okay.
All of our pricing and everything is online, going to be updated here. We just went through some price analysis and all that. So some of those prices have changed, so they'll need to look and see what our new pricing is.
Okay.
But as far as if you want to rent the party room for a party during pool hours and stuff, those things, or even private parties, will open March the 1st.
Okay.
So that is not open yet, but we open March the 1st, and those usually book out pretty quick.
I guarantee it, especially if you have a particular day you have to have it for,
Yes.
then yeah, most definitely. And you can rent the entire water park.
You can, and we offer about 5 nights a week. We have slots available as long as it doesn't interfere with swim lessons or different programs that we have. But you can rent the pool from 7 to 9. You get the entire pool. We staff it with our certified lifeguards.
Wonderful.
You have access to the party room, so
Wonderful.
Pizza, whatever you want to bring in there, have a party. And we usually can cater up to about 500 people on that. So, a couple families go in on that.
Yes.
It's a phenomenal deal.
Ball teams, youth church organizations, daycares, the list goes on and on.
That's right.
Birthday parties.
Yes.
That's wonderful. That's a great amenity that the city offers.
It really is.
For a very affordable price as well.
Exactly. And one of the other things I'll highlight as far as water goes is we do have the splash pad that is right beside the pool. That's entirely free.
Yes.
So if you want to come out and enjoy that, feel free to do that while the park is open during park hours, and just come in and enjoy that. Don't have to worry about a cost. It's right next to Funtopia.
Yes.
So there's kind of a little bit of everything for somebody
There
to do
really
and spend
is.
a lot of time.
There really is. All of the entire area should be called Funtopia.
That's right.
That's what we were pushing in the event side. Just call it all Funtopia because you can
Exactly.
golf or you can get on the playground. Yes, and I learned quickly that in the summertime, I just leave a couple of beach towels in the back, because if we stop at the playground, they're going to get wet.
That's right.
Because the splash pad is
It's
there.
too appealing not to.
It's
Yes.
way too appealing. I don't blame them. I would too.
That's right.
Was there anything else that you guys wanted to highlight before we wrap up that's happening? I know there's just way too much just to mention too quickly, but
One of the things that I'll mention, and this is a little shift from programs, is some of the projects that we have going on.
Yes.
And the big one is the south end of Freeman Lake.
okay.
We are going to be putting a second Funtopia. It's not be called that necessarily, but it'll be that large, level playground out there. Along with, we're adding 5 new tennis courts. We're redoing the pavilion on the south end of the lake, adding a restroom facility, kind of rerouting the way that you come in as far as parking and access and all of that.
Okay.
So, yes, there's going to be some pains that come with that,
Sure.
and that the south end of the lake this year will be a construction zone, but the benefit of what that will bring is huge, and it is really going to transform that side of the park. So we are going to start that hopefully in April as far as site work and kind of moving along that process. Hopefully the playground will be in and complete by the end of this year, by the end of October-ish. So we're going to move forward with that project. And then one of the other projects that we're working on is the tennis courts that are up at American Legion.
Okay.
We will be kind of transferring those over to pickleball only. And pickleball is huge. It's the fastest growing sport right now in the United States, which is it's mind blowing how many people are involved with that. And you said it's like tennis and ping pong kind of married. It's a smaller version of tennis. It reminds you a little bit of ping pong. I mean, it is fun for every age to play.
Yeah.
And it's a need in our community. We've had so many people reach out and say, hey, what can we do as far as pickleball? Can we get courts? We've kind of had some pickleball courts on the tennis courts down at American Legion, but that's not necessarily set up and designed for pickleball. Okay. So this is going to be.
You can't do both at the same time.
You can't do both at the same time. So this will be a very needed project too.
Constantly progressing and updating, and thank you, because you've had such a great vision in Parks and Rec Department of things that we have had to upgrade. The amphitheater. Well, I keep calling it the amphitheater. It's the bandstand, but it's basically an amphitheater that we're able to do concerts on this year. So the vision of that. So thank you from another city employee that gets to use all of these things and have events out there and welcome folks in. So.
Absolutely. Well, we have a phenomenal staff. We could not do our jobs without them, as well as all the other departments in the city. And graciously, the city council and the mayor have allowed us to do this, approved the stuff in the budget for us to do this. So it is truly a team effort. Yes,
most definitely. Well, as a team member, thank you so much for everything that you guys do. Come on out, visit us, elizabethtownky.org. Go see Seth and Adam. If you have any questions, give them a call, jump online. Lots of applications. I'm not going to review them all. Just jump on the website. Get your kids active this summer. Get out and get to playing with them. And thank you for joining us today on Issues and Insights.